All right, folks, here we are. It is Wednesday. It is the fantastic part of the week. Why? Because of the fact we are here, we get to learn many different things. So today is a whole new realm of creation, transformation, and most of all, building your business credit. Also, another thing we want to go ahead and let you know that as all of you begin to build and begin to move forward in your venture and your progress, here's what we want to tell you is this, that you are the power and you're the one that make the difference in your business. All right. So first of all, I want to say good evening and thanks for all of you being here tonight. Also, you YouTube people and also Facebook people. How are you? Good to see you. Also like to say there is Michael from Facebook from a big home business venture. I want to say welcome. We're glad to have you here. And also on top of that, we're looking forward to go ahead and seeing you. Also, another thing, there's a lot of people we send information to and it goes out and they listen to this later on usually. As I tell you, on Wednesdays, we do live. We go live. And why do we do live? It's because a lot of people do recordings. They have that one place recording. Now, I would start doing those once it gets to a point to where we have a lot of trainees and things like that. Also, another thing we want to let you know that the course that we have, a new course we have now, I lowered it down a little bit. But also another thing, you want to begin to pay attention to the information that you have about your business. Some things about your business, and let's say you write a letter to Business Experian, tell them that you want to change your business address and then your mailing address. But also you must include a phone number. If you don't include a phone number in it, they're not going to change it because they can't call to verify you. Also on top of that, if you don't put your email address in there so they can know you have an email address, then they'll be able to go ahead and put your business email address in there so everything gets updated properly. So that's why one thing that I want to let you know is, and to let you know, those are the things when you write stuff to people that you want to make sure as a business venture that you have all the accurate information. So I know this is kind of starting backwards, but at least this is stuff that's valuable, important to let you know when you update your business experience. All right. And then we'll go to the next one. Of course, you're going to include your EIN number. You're going to include the address that you're going to have. And then also if you're going to have a mailing address, then you're going to include your phone number, your 800 number, then your business email. How are they supposed to get a hold of you one way or the other to let you know they updated your information? So this is why it's important. Even when you do it to Equifax, you want to update everything. Update your address, your mailing address if you have one, your phone number, and your business email address, .com. All right. So these are things that if you even mail them off, you're not going to have a change because they have no way to verify. So some of you are going to begin to learn to do that again. You're going to have to redo a letter and resend it out again because of the fact is that you didn't do it in the first place to see what happened. So one thing that what we do, we go over stuff like this and we just wait a few days, maybe even a week to see if you catch it. Because the thing is, you're the owner. Well, better yet, let me put it this way. You're the founder, not the owner, because you're not going to own any stock anyways. And we'll show you how that works later. But the thing is that you're the owner. So we wait and wait and wait to see if you actually go over what you said. We might instruct you what to do because this is a whole nother level course that I'm talking about anyways, but now you're getting a break here a little bit, is that now you're getting what's missing. This is the stuff that hampers your credit. This is the stuff why people complain. How come it takes longer than 90 days? Because you forget stuff. Now, our particular job in this one particular course is to really let you know, hey, you missed this. Now you want to go ahead. You cannot complain because you got to think about it. You're the founder. You're the owner. You send information that we asked for. The question is now we're going to go over with a fine-tooth comb and just wait a little bit to see if you go over it or you just sending it to us and hope we catch it and tell you. That's not how the game works in a higher program. We're getting information from you as the person that is the founder, the organizer, the project manager, operations person of your business. If you're not going over the stuff we ask you for when you send it to us or before you send it to us with a fine-tooth comb, that's dangerous. That tells us roughly your mentality is not about managing the business. You want someone else to go ahead and manage the business for you. That's different. If that's the case, we'll manage it for you and we'll charge you 80% of what you make. How about that? On the business. So joke, wink, wink. All right. So anyways, that's a little something like to mention. It's not a bad thing, but this is how you learn. And I like that when you guys learn this way, because when you make those little small errors, you'll see why people complain about, well, this doesn't work or this doesn't do that. And it's true. This only works if you work, not if we work. We do our work. See, a lot of people join a program to go ahead and have things, help out on their business, to take care of the business credit and stuff like that. Well, if you don't take care of it right, you're not going to have the credit lines that you actually, I'm going to say, deserve, because you have certain amounts that might be on your credit report, like $100,000, $150,000 reporting from, I don't know, business experience, whatever it might be. That's what you have on there. But if your address is wrong, not correct, you put some information down about your mailing address, it's you should use the suite instead of other information. Your business address should be at least a brick and mortar, or if you have to use one of those places where it's you rent the place from them, it shows the brick and mortar, that's fine. Get an 800 number, that's fine. Get an email address, email address.com address, that's fine. And also get a small, simple, easy website. Why? Because you're professional, you're a business. Even if you don't have a widget yet that you're making, put up down the creative something, creative management. What does that mean? We're in the business of creating. So, and that's okay when you build. It's perfectly fine. Eventually you'll come up with it. So I just want to say, for those of you who've been doing a lot of your work and sending stuff out that is a little incomplete in the way it needs to be done, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. That's why we're starting now. So when things work and begin to work and your credit begins to hit, it'll all be straight before you start filing for your other stuff. And that's okay. Learn from it. Learn from it. You're the president. You're the secretary. You're the treasurer. And you're the director. You're the PM, which is a project manager. You're the operations manager. You're the CFO. You're the janitor. You're the secretary. You do all those things in the beginning. Now, this is the reason why we're here, to coach you through a lot of stuff. And first of all, we're not here to be your attorney. Why? Because if we were here to be your attorney, now, in my lifetime so far, there's only one attorney that I knew that understood business credit. He knew what it took. He understood it. And that was Ronald Stokes. Ronald Stokes is a former attorney. He's now attorney in heaven. He passed away, in other words. All right. So one thing I want to tell you is this. Ronald Stokes was the only one that was really straight about business credit, and he knew what it took. The other, and he would go ahead, and he never liked building it because of the fact is it didn't really make him any money, if you want to say. So the thing is, he did consulting for us and stuff like that. And there's certain things you want to do with your stock kit or your kit for your LLC. There's things you need to do with attorney once a year, and it's called work in progress. And a lot of you don't understand that there's certain things you need to do as you begin to grow. All right. Also, you want a good CPA. You also looking, if you want a financial advisement, then go to a financial advisor. We're only going to show you what works for us and what we're doing now, and where we're moving, and what we're up to. Also, another thing on the other clients that we work on the side with, they are held to a higher standard because of the fact they are real owners. What I mean by real owners, they're not owners of stock. They're a real owner of their actions. A real owner of their actions, which affects the organization that they work for. Listen to my language, what I'm saying, and how I'm saying it. It's in the language linguistically wise, what I'm saying to you so you can actually hear the golden nuggets. But a lot of people are looking for the fast microwavable business credit. I'm going to tell you the very fast way of microwavable business is once you get your business and credit lines established, then it turns into a microwavable system because you can apply for credit every day and never affect your business in a way that would affect your personal credit. If you applied every day for one credit card a day, that'd be 365 inquiries in a year. Even if you had the best payment history, your score will not be as high as it should be because of all the inquiries. So that's why I like soft inquiries. And that's a good thing to let you know what you can get before you decide to take the hard inquiry. So one thing I want to make you aware of is this. What you can do and where you can go is far if you're willing to understand and learn how to play the game. And patience is one of the things I told you many weeks ago in the beginning. Patience is really the first part of the whole process. Now, when you go, now it's like anything else. Some people that have been in business for a while, even when they come into the Mastery Millionaires program that we talked about last week, also come into the Power Trade line process as well. A lot of them still have bad habits where they want to micromanage certain things. We're here to go ahead and show you where your power is and where your weaknesses are. Not like you're weak, but the weakness inside your business. Some of them might be detail work, like you send information we asked for, but is it really complete? Is it whole and complete? Is it provisionally complete? Is it complete just now? See, people don't know how to people don't know how to live with. If you're working on a project and the project's not complete, people get all frantic. You've got to learn in business to be able to deal with provisionally complete, which means whatever you've done today, you are complete with what you've done today. That's it. Game done. You must learn to be provisionally complete and satisfied with that. You're never going to have everything complete. It's not going to happen. No way, no shape, no form, especially of those of you that have some great formation of your plan and your goals that you send us. I got one last night. It was very crisp, very clear. I was very amazed on the certainty of what the goals were. So it makes our job easier when we're dealing, because he has three things his agendas to look for. And the one powerful thing is that they're beginning to realize that they can have those things. Yet inside of that, we must expand their mind so they can actually be like a Bezo. Now, Bezo didn't happen overnight, you guys. See, I talk about a Bezo a lot, not because he made any money. I'm talking because he started where you started. He started where you started, Kevin. He started where you started, Brian. He started where you started, Keith. He started with you, Mike. He started with you, Mary. He started with you, Susie. He started with you, Jonah. He started with you, Manny. He started with you, Jose. And also with you, Brianna. And also with you. Just think of that. Each one of you started in that same place where he started. Oh my God, credit. I'm on building business credit. What kind of business am I going to run? It's all that stuff. He zeroed it down to one thing, to some widgets. And in 1994, I believe he changed the system. He quit his job. He quit his job. Think about that. He quit his job, rolling the dice and banking that he was going to make it. Not banking that he hoped he make it. He banked on it that he's going to make it. The day you quit your slave job to go ahead and work a real job, and a real job is working for yourself and building an organization so it's no longer yourself, because at first it is self. Then it turns into, you have one person, then another person, then another person. See, most people that fail at building their organization is that they don't realize that they're not going to be able to do all of it by themselves. If you're a person, I have to do it. Oh, you don't do it right. You're an idiot. Or whatever you think about your people that you work for you. you're not going to get anywhere. People can read. They're not dumb. I don't care if they don't have anything past a kindergarten education. People are not stupid. They know if you really want them to progress or if you're really just full of hot air, like a hot balloon. All right. And if you put them down in your mind, it comes out in your words, comes out in your language. Linguistically wise, it shows in your body. I'm telling you, there's many things that happen. And see, these are things people don't take and consider when you're building business credit. Why? Why? You think it's just about, oh, it's just the money. No, it's not. Do you think Bezel built a big organization because it was just about money? All the employees he has working for him, not now because he stepped down, but when he had all those people working for him, was it because what? Because he didn't like people? Of course he wants to advance people. And of course people are going to have to perform. Everything's based on performance. In life, everything's based on performance. I don't care where you go, what you do, everything's based on performance. Everything's based on performance. And what I mean by that, based on performance, is what you do, how you behave. Each day, you cannot take the next day into the next day. This is one thing as we begin to grow with the other people. In our first class we start developing what they've done all along. You've got to develop the future without the past involved. So when your future you develop is in the present moment without your past, and then you start moving forward to the past. So when the past shows up, you don't have all that garbage that you take with you, because look what I mean by that. A lot of you drive with a rear view mirror and you have a lot of accidents. Wondering, wow, man, why do we keep having accidents? Until someone points out to you, hey, why are you driving with the rear view mirror? And you go, what do you mean? Well, you having a lot of accidents? Well, yeah. How do you know? Because you're driving with the rear view mirror instead of driving with the steering wheel and looking straight ahead through the windshield forward. This is what a lot of businesses don't teach you. A lot of businesses that help you build your credit, they just say, hey, go get in debt, go get this kind of money. Look at us over here. I rented this Maserati so I can show you what I have, and then they give it back. I'm going to tell you this, building business credit is not just about building business credit. It's about building the character inside you. It's about actually building the wherewithal. So when the storm shows up, when the breeze comes and it's like it takes that palm tree and blows it all the way down to the ground and the palm trees bounce back. You take a solid oak tree and you bend it so far it snaps because it's not flexible. Those of you that are control freaks, your control freaks you cause problems in your organization. You cause mischief because you're trying to control everything. I'm going to tell you something probably very surprising, even in the corporate building credit business world. You don't control anything. Can't even control the sun. You can't even control your breathing. You can't even control your heart. Okay, fine. Let's take Zen. Let's take Buddhism. Let's take when you go ahead and meditate. That's not controlling your breath. What it is that you're just letting your body do what it will naturally do when you go ahead and relax a certain part of the brain. But try to go ahead and hold your breath for 4 hours. You can't do it. Try to go ahead and jump in front of a train. You can't do it. You'll be smashed like a fly on a bug on a windshield that's going 110 miles an hour in a summer breeze. Think about that. This is one thing we come to, is to get a hold of your humanity, to let you know when you're building business credit is that you're going to need a team. A team, in other words, you're going to need an originating circle that's necessary for you to grow and necessary for you to have an impact. It's just not all you. In the beginning, it might be. I did it that way. I'm telling you, it was crazy. You know, I worked 2 jobs and do this and that and another thing, and it was a challenge. And especially when you start consulting with businesses, it's like, whoa, you know, it's a whole nother game. In consulting businesses, you can't have stuff going on. In other words, you can't have any personal issues. If you have personal issues, guess what? You got to resolve them. I don't care if it's with your family, mom, brother, sister, your wife, your intimate loved one. If his wife says or husband says, I'm going to leave you, you're going to have to say, fine, okay, great, I got it. You're going to leave. Go do the business. Because I'm going to tell you this. When you make money, and if someone wants to leave you and write you off, even though you're going to go through the emotional pain of it, it's better to go through emotional pain with money than being broke. At least you can arrive in your pain in style. Take a limo and feel happy for a moment, but still you have to go through the emotional pain of a breakup. But at least you're not trying to go ahead and survive, and you never let anyone beat you that way. It's not worth it, because guess what? Do you think they're even thinking about you if they want to leave? No. So guess what? Keep making money, keep building business. These are things that people don't realize, that you let that take you out of the game. This is why you have an originating circle. This is why you have real good men friends, if you're a woman, real good women friends, because if a man's trying to go ahead and heal a woman, I'm going to tell you straight out, you know what, I'm not saying anymore. And if a woman's trying to heal a man, that you know what's going on. You're not saying. So I'm just saying, a man takes care of a man when they have emotional problems, and a woman takes care of a woman when a woman has emotional problems. And that's just straight, because there's nothing you can really do. Now, if you're married to your wife and you're helping her, that's fine. Sometimes the best thing to do is shut up and just listen. That's it. That's all there is to it. Even your people in your organization, sometimes they come at you. You're going to have that patience and let them just bark. Why are they barking at me? Because you're the only one there. So remember, in building business credit, what we're doing is that we're building you up, not only just credit-wise, we're expanding your mentality and your territory to get you to where you want to go. So if you choose to be a Bezos, if you choose to be a Walmart, if you choose to be any other person, and not any other person, to be the person who you are inside of, oh, I see this guy started here. Okay, great. See, everyone forgets that when you start building your business credit and start doing your business, even Donald Trump started at zero. Now, whatever you say, no, he didn't. He borrowed money. The money he borrowed was still at zero because he didn't have it. Why else would he borrow it? He got it from his daddy. So he still was at zero because he had to ask for it. See, a lot of you look at things like, oh, to make an excuse for yourself to get out of being successful. Everybody starts at zero. Even if you're born in a wealthy family and you ask for a loan, you're still starting at zero, else you wouldn't ask for a loan. So what do they give you, 10, 20 billion dollars? You're still going to have to learn all the mistakes. This is the reason why I say the more business credit you have, the more mistakes you're allowed to have, because it doesn't affect you. And what I mean by that, it doesn't affect you. You learn how not to bring the pain home. You learn how not to bring the pain home. That's what you learn. You learn how not to bring the pain home. That's one important thing you want to begin to learn, is not to bring the pain home. See, one thing I want to let you understand, there's two sides to a person, one on the left and one on the right. That's usually the one you try to hide from people. You usually want to kind of give this kind of face, like, okay, great, good, I have it all together. Y'all know, people know you don't have it all together. I don't have it all together. Thank God I don't have it all together. It'd be tough having it all together, I bet. I forget it. But I tell you what, people have this side inside them they want to hide. Oh, I don't want them to see that. If they see that, they're not going to like me. Guess what? People don't like you anyways. You think people you just met? Ask your real friends. Hey, when you first met me, did you really like me? Or you kind of judging assessment and opinions about me? This is what you all get hooked up. But when you start, I'm telling you, when you start building your business credit and start getting to 50, 60, 100, 200, $500,000, $750,000, $1 million, there's something that happens to your attitude. It's like, you know what? You want to leave? Leave. Why? Because you know you can take care of the pain, because you can go place and occupy yourself. See, this is what I laugh about people that are together, especially if they're trying to make it together in life. They go at each other instead of trying to make it happen with each other so they can build it, not move away from it. But people become scared because, oh my God, they're making more doing it. Who cares who makes more when you're in a relationship? That's the whole point. That's why it's called a team. That's why you get together. whether you, whatever relationship you want to be in. That's why you pull it together. This is the reason why the people come to us. We get into an interpersonal relationship with them to build what they're looking for in business credit, to build what they're looking for in their business, to build them spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally, and socially. See, socially is where most people are have a little weakness. I don't mean the act that you put on, that the act that people, hey, hey, maybe some of you are real jokey, or maybe some of you are like really stoic, some of you kind of like maybe a little fun playing, but to really just be who you are. This is where all the power comes from. As you're building your corporate credit with us and your business credit, and this isn't a higher program, not like the beginner program we use. That's fine. We work with you and everything else, but there's other stuff because people want to go somewhere. I'm not saying the ones that do the different the other programs we offer. I know you want to go somewhere too, but we have to take time with you before you get there. These people invest in a big chunk and they really get moving. Why? Because there's things we do. They start over again. I don't care. They've been in business for 1,000 billion years. They start at foundation like their day one. Even if they have their business, day one. Even if they have 810 FICO score, day one. Even if their business has all the credit they think they have, day one. Foundation, 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 foundation. And those guys that tell you on YouTube, hey, come on over here and get this $150,000, $250,000 to go ahead and get this, this, and this. What's your foundation for that money? Well, learn to go ahead and do real estate. Okay, what's your foundation for the real estate to learn how to do it? What's your pigeonhole? What's your safety blanket? See, all these things now, especially safety blanket. What kind of character you have to take a hit? I'm going to tell you, you're not always going to win in business. You're going to eat some dirt sometimes. Are you willing to eat the dirt and look at your loved one and say, I lost today? What do you mean you lost today? What do you mean you lose? I spent the house money. What do you mean you spent the house money? Well, I found this deal. But if you have OPM, other people's money, which means other corporations money that lend your corporation money, then you don't have to look at your loved one and say, I spent the money. You say, man, I'm sure glad I had the corporate credit because, man, that deal just went south on me. Ooh, baby, I'm glad I listened. In other words, you didn't cast your pearls upon swine. With your loved ones, you want to develop a team spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally, socially. That's what makes the team strong, especially if you're involved or married. You want that thing so watertight that no matter what comes against you, you all know what to do. We have corporate credit and you don't bang each other. You don't get upset. You don't go banging like you're punching people, not like real, but throwing punching words. All right. The thing is, you start throwing encouraging words. Hey, all right, this time arrived. That's why we've been prepared. You don't have to worry about this face. Just know that when you say that you're going to be with somebody in a business or interpersonal, see, interpersonally, when I say we're going to be with people interpersonally relationship, everything about them we accept. Why? We don't have time to judge any side of them. They'll begin to see this, and they'll say, God, did I really get that way with you? Yeah, you did, but who cares? Let's move forward. We got things to do. See, this is when you begin that someone really, really has your interest about you when they're not concerned about your attitudes or about how you are. Just as long as you let your yeses be yeses and your noes be noes, or I don't know, I'll find out. That's all there is to it. Nothing more. Another thing is this, at Corporate Credit Blueprints, we're here for you. We make sure that you have things that make a difference in your life. Also, we give you facts, not like myths or facts maybe. It's straight out facts, black and white. You do this, this will happen. You do this, this will happen. And I don't mean like do this 5 hours later. I don't mean that 5 days later. The longer you wait, the worse it becomes. Because for every day you're behind the 8 ball. All right. Now, we also teach you how to plan on problems. Now, what do you mean? All of you are fortune tellers. I bet you some of you out to say this. Oh my God, oh my God, this is so bad. Oh my God, this is so horrible. Oh my God, well, why do you always do that? Oh, it's always all this nonsense. Why are you spewing such goo that smells so nasty? It smells like bile and it smells like an outhouse that a lot of people just spitting up to. Don't you realize when you're doing that, you're condemning yourself to what you're saying? In a tough time, you say, you know what? We're going to get through this. In a tough time, we're going to make this. In a tough time, someone's doing something goofy. You know what? I know you're doing something goofy, but I like when you do goofy because I get to see that how I am too. these are the things, there are going to be problems. And I'm not talking, oh my God, I got to have problems. No, I'm not declaring that you have problems. This is life. Some of you probably driving a car today and got a flat tire. Some of you probably got in an argument with someone before you went to work. Some of you probably texting on the phone and talking on the phone and got in an argument with someone on the phone, probably almost hit somebody today. Think about all the things you have done that gave you a close call, but you don't take those warnings and say, you know what, I best put that phone down because I don't like that feeling I got, like, oh my God, almost, accident, whatever it is. See, this is why we prepare you, because with safety credit, guess what? Safety credit, you're going to know no matter what comes at you, you're not afraid anymore. You won't have to be afraid. And then you won't have to fight with your loved ones over money. My God. And because you know what to do, you can go make money because you have the money to make money. There's some people out there that can make money, but they're lazy about making money consistently because they're using their talent sporadic. And so one day they have a lot, next day they don't have a lot. Next 2 weeks they have a bunch, and the next 2 weeks they're like, oh, I'm down to my last penny. Why be a yo-yo? Every day you're gonna be building your credit. Every day what you do will be affecting your business credit. Safety credit is the line of defense, both personal and both business. We get into personal when you get in with us, but not right away, because we want to make sure you get your business going so your personal can actually make a difference. All right, so that's what I mean. We make sure that we give you ideas of what you can go ahead and do. And these aren't ideas, these are actual actions that you'll be taking. Plans. We're going to ask you, okay, what's your plan if this goes wrong? If you, whatever business you're thinking to get into, we ask you what you tell us. What's your plan for this? What's your plan for that? All right, because you've got to work from the future, not from the. If you work from the past, that's going to keep showing up. I'm going to tell you this. I don't like to say this too much, but last quarter there were some people that were actually that way, and we just kicked them out. We just threw them their money back. So here, we don't need it. We don't accept that kind of speaking, because guess what? If you're not willing to live in a future designed without your past, you're going to end up with the same thing in your future, in the present moment, that's always going to look like your past. And no wonder why you're sad and miserable and upset all the time and pissy and with a frown face, and your face getting older and older because you're always, you're not happy in the moment, because you know you do have a future that's bright and the past is done with. And some of the stuff in the past, you can pull the quality stuff from the past and get rid of the garbage. See, people don't really believe you can do that, and you can. Ask any shrink. They'll tell you where most people live at. They don't live in a future of brightness. They don't live in a future of, I don't mean like Pollyanna too with rose-colored glasses, but the future must be bright so you can have a line of defense. So when things show up, you know what to do instead of pulling from your past, because your past got you nowhere anyways. What you have now in life is because what your past has done. That's it. End of story. And be done with it. And you can start creating newly, and that's what we have them do. Also, starting again last quarter, where we had them do a lot of dream boards. Dream boards are going to be one of the most powerful things you do. Like this one, we're going to start a new course. And the thing is the dream board is going to be one of the things we do in credit. See, we just don't teach you how to do business credit. Any yo-yo can do that, but what are they going to do for you socially, mentally, emotionally, socially, spiritually, financially? What are they going to do to have you grow, not even make you, to even expose to you what you don't see from a power board, a board of what tells you, wow, I like this. You put it on there, and we go over how you do that. But anyways, a line of defense. We show you what a line of defense is. All right. Ooh-wee. Get a little late. Like I said, you're going to learn to never bring the pain home. Building business credit is one of the best things you can learn how to do, and you'll learn how to not to bring the pain home. Like I said, we're not here to be your legal accounting advice, your attorney, your lawyer, or your, guess what? Your attorney. A line of defense is this. You're going to learn what the line of defense and how to establish it and get it correctly done. Why? It's important. Another thing is this: borrowed money is not taxable. A lot of people have under the impression. The reason why I say a lot of people, because I had phone calls, and it's weird. I had a lot of phone calls from 949-714, 951, 618, no 619, which is out, and I believe that's in the East Coast. They were saying, well, how much tax do I have to pay on the money that I get? That's what do you mean get? That I get for credit? None. I mean, I understand the question. I thought that too when I first started. How a lot of tax I got to pay on that money? No, borrowed money is not taxable. Also, another thing, a lot of you, if you're this is again when you learn how to go ahead and oh, how do you say it? This is where you learn how to articulate and leverage your money. For instance, when you start working and you have the money, remember, wherever the money lands, this is where you're going to pay taxes first. So you can set up an account where you land it to where it goes to buying gold first. You'll land it to where you can buy gold first. Why? Because when you buy gold first, it's not taxable. Talk with your attorney. Go to your CPA, because where the money lands first is where the taxes are going to be paid. So if you had to land to an account that buys gold first, that's not taxable until you sell the gold. Then you can piece it out how you want to piece it out. So then you only pay a portion of what your tax would be on the money you want to do. There's just ways to do that. And we show you what we've been showing. But again, we tell you, ask your attorney, ask your CPA, so you know for sure. Anything can change at any moment. So remember this also. Again, borrowed money is not taxable. So when you receive borrowed money, to use borrowed money, don't you think that Walmart borrows money when they have a 90-day trade lines? They have 90 days to pay an invoice. So they put the stuff on the shelf. So now that's borrowed. Guess what? Now the money that you forgot to Walmart, you're helping pay for what's on the shelf because you're buying the product. They pay what they pay, and they keep whatever's left over, and they pay their bills and everything else what they have, and whatever's left, the profit will be the net, whatever that might be. Now, another thing, plan on the problems. There's always something that's going to go wrong. Plan on it. Why do I say it? Can a lot of you tell me out there that when COVID hit, you were ready? Were you really ready spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally, socially? Look what it did to some of you. Look how it mentally messed with you when they told you you had to stay in your house. Some of you went cuckoo. What would you do if they put you in a small room and left you there for 6 months and only let you out, let's say, once a day and fed you 3 times a day or something like that? That's it. This was, some people they just couldn't handle it, especially just being on my own. I can't be on my own property. Oh my God, I go outside, but I can't go anymore. I mean, think what it did to some people. Some people really found out the only reason why they came home because they came home to shower and left again. They no longer could do some of that stuff. Just going to the restaurant, eating when you want to eat. No way. Think of all this stuff. So, and some people, their business wasn't even ready. It wasn't even ready to take that kind of hit. It was not ready. So this is the purpose of you beginning to build your business, not out of fear, but out of knowing that when the world throws a curve at you unexpectedly, you'll have the funds to do what you need to do to build your business, or to keep growing it, or to put a hold and move and back up. Some of you can still apply for the PPP loan. It's still available. All right. Why not? Hire some people with it. Get yourself going. All right. So now, don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is the reason why it's too risky when you do. The reason why I say don't put all your eggs in one basket, you want to take it back to this one piece right here. It's the line of defense. When you have 3 different baskets, it doesn't matter what you lose. What you lose, I'd rather lose one than lose one and I only have one. So you have 3, you lose 1, you lose 2. Guess what? Cool, that's okay. And we show you what to do when that all happens. Because even when you lose, you win. We show there's a special strategy that a lot of rich use. All right. So I just want to go ahead and say that, folks, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being really great at who you are. Just remember, at Corporate Credit Blueprints, corporatecredit-blueprints.com, give us a call at 888-471-4252, extension 2001, or go to info-corporatecreditblueprints.com. And also another thing, if you felt that you want more information, just click on the bell or whatever the subscribe button, and guess what? We'll do it for you. When we come on, we'll let you know. But anything else, you just want to give us a call. Go over, have your free counseling, 30 minute. Give us a call. Also, another thing like that is that good night. You guys have a good one. And we're so glad to see you folks. It really was. And thank you again for your time. And most of all of you are really precious to mankind and precious to your business. That a lot of you that you will have people working for you. You're going to make a difference for them in their lives. So thank you for doing that. All right. You all have a God bless day.